percent of YouTubers use to grow their channel to get more clicks. It's called split testing, A/B testing, where you test one thumbnail versus another and see which one gets you more clicks. One title versus another, see which one gets you more clicks. One set of descriptions versus another, tags versus another, you name it. In order to get any views on YouTube, you gotta get the clicks first. And this is what my multi-million subscriber YouTuber clients use, and I work with them on to get more clicks on their channel to help them grow. Let me just show you an example on my channel of how this works, and you guys can go step by step with me today. I've got a TubeBuddy Legend trial license in the description. I'm also gonna drop it in chat right now. You guys can do this along with me today using A/B testing on YouTube, one of the most powerful tools out there to grow a YouTube channel. This is advanced stuff. This is the hard and somewhat complicated and difficult stuff that the big tubers use, and that's why they're crushing you, is they're doing techniques like the one I'm going to show you today. If you want to watch all the way to the end, this is what endgame YouTubers do. Check this out. So I have this view on my channel, 114,000 views at this point. It's a webcam review video. Now, this video was starting to decline. Let me just show you the timeline here, and I'm going to show you the power of A/B testing and how it helped me get this video back into YouTube search. So as you can see, it spiked right here at the beginning of its life cycle. Then it did pretty well for a bit, but then it ended up declining here, moving into March of this year. However, as you can see, there is a moment in time when this video peaked and it ended up coming back to life like over a year after I released this video. How did I bring this video back to life to end up juicing it out for another 50,000 views or so? It's thumbnail A/B testing, what I'm showing you guys today using TubeBuddy. Let me just show you the A/B test. It's freaking fantastic. So here is that particular video. The original thumbnail here in the A/B test is right here. See the original? It's got the two microphones on it. It says best YouTube mics ever. It was a pretty good thumbnail, but it kind of ran out of juice basically on YouTube. So I decided I thought this was a great video and I wanted more people to see it. So I created a variation thumbnail, the one you see down here, that was even more simple. And I ran an A versus B test using TubeBuddy with it, and it increased my click-through rate on this video, and it outperformed my original. My original video had a 6.7% click-through rate and the video was declining. This new thumbnail had a slightly higher click-through rate, and then the video started ramping up again in terms of performance because I tested a new thumbnail with it using split testing. You can see the results right here. This test started in March of 2020, ended in April 2020, and where did the peak happen on this video? March 2020 into April 2020 right here. You can bring old videos back to life in some cases. You can get your greatest hits on your channel, bring them back, and actually help perform much, much better on YouTube using this method that I'm detailing today. Let me play the ad. I'm going to set up and show you every single step and how to do this. For YouTubers that really want to grow, this is one of the best assets and one of the best resources out there for you to make it happen. Let's go.
This video is sponsored by Restream. Why live stream to one platform when you can simultaneously live stream to every platform to discover new audiences faster using Restream.io?
All right, so I'm actually going to use a real example today of an actual video on my channel, and we're going to set up some A/B tests with it, and you guys will be able to see me actually doing this in real time, and I will show you the results of it. And I'm even going to show you some A/B tests that I'm running in the background on my channel and show you the sorts of results that they've gotten in the past and show you step by step how to do this. X1, it's great to see you on Twitter. Awesome to have you. So here's the deal. The first thing that you're going to do is you are going to install TubeBuddy using the link that I posted in chat below. Gives you that free trial, and it is an affiliate link for TubeBuddy. And once you install the TubeBuddy extension on YouTube, you can just go to the main YouTube site, and you're going to see the TubeBuddy icon right up here, up in the top right-hand corner of YouTube. You're going to click that, and it's going to do this drop-down menu, and you're going to scroll down to a feature called Video A/B Testing. This is a paid feature. It's like a $45 per month or $40 per month, depending, feature. You guys can get it free for 30 days using the link I just linked you guys. You click Create A/B Test Now, and it will pull up the A/B Testing dashboard. This is where the big YouTubers are hanging out. So here's some A/B tests that I set up today. And I spent hours doing this, by the way, today. And hopefully this will yield me big results on my channel. Here's what these A/B tests look like. So in this example, I've got a bunch of thumbnails that didn't perform very well on my channel. The originals are here on the left, and the variations that I created are here on the right. And so what I'm doing is I'm running every other day. YouTube is going to serve the original thumbnail to viewers and measure all of the results of that test. Then it's going to serve the variation thumbnail to viewers and measure all the results there. Then it will spit back the information to me, like in this report that I showed you guys a moment ago, and it will literally mathematically tell you which thumbnail, which title, which description is better, so that your video can perform even better, right? And so as you can see, I'm running a ton of tests right now. I wanted to just show you guys that I'm not just talking about this method. I use it on my channels, and I use this to bring videos to life that I think should have gotten way more clicks and way more traction. I'm sure that you guys think that some of your videos on your YouTube channel should have got more views. They should have got more clicks. How come people didn't discover your content? Well, they didn't click it. That's one of the reasons why, right? And so one of the methods that I use to test new thumbnails is I usually botch the first thumbnail, I'll be honest. And then I have to test another one later to figure out what the good thumbnail is. So this one was totally botched. It had a terrible click-through rate. So if you have a complicated thumbnail with lots of colors, with lots of elements in it, and etc., consider making a thumbnail that is much more simple and testing it. Or consider testing a thumbnail that is a slight variation on the original just to see which one performs better. The beautiful thing about thumbnail A/B testing is the numbers will literally tell you the truth. You can take the guesswork out of which thumbnail is better and just let the viewers tell you. BitWars Mercenary, great to see you on Twitch. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in live on Twitch along with me today. And I'm going to post it once again in chat for those of you that are watching me live across all of these different platforms. You guys can jump in here, use the legend version of TubeBuddy, my affiliate link I just dropped in chat, and you guys can use this premium feature of TubeBuddy for 30 days for free if you want to run your own A/B tests. Great? Okay, let's go ahead and do one in real time right now so I can show you the process of how to set all of that up. So what you're going to do in the management dashboard here in TubeBuddy for A/B tests is you're going to click Create A/B Test right up here on the top. And there's a bunch of different options that you need to go over, and I'll show you which ones are my favorite options and the most high impact options. So what you're going to do is you can either select a recent upload by clicking one of those right here, or you can search for a video below. You're probably going to end up searching for a video more times than not when you have maybe an older video or one that was a couple days old or a week old that you want to optimize and get more clicks on. This is where you're going to search for that video. So I found one in my archives that I just wanted to use as an example today. Yeah. It's YouTube dashboard, how to add a banner, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for that video here, and you guys can search for the video that you guys want to optimize. And let me go ahead to YouTube dashboard. I'm going to search. You can search for a keyword. So let's say you did a bunch of videos about a particular game. You can search for the name of that game here, and it'll pull up all of the videos related to that game or that topic on your channel, so you can quickly find the video or the thumbnail or the title that you want to make better. So this one right here, just at a glance, I feel like the thumbnail on this video was really, really bad. Like it was just too complicated. My channel manager made it. I think they tried their best to simplify the concept, and I feel like I could have made it more simple. So I'm going to click that and select this video. And what we're going to do is we are going to choose the option on this first one called a thumbnail CTR test. So CTR stands for click-through rate. And so what you're going to do is select this button right here, and all it's going to do is run your old thumbnail versus your new thumbnail. Now you have the choice to test it on YouTube for a certain number of days if you want to do this option over here. I don't like this option. I like to set it and forget it. And so what you can do once you create a new thumbnail or a new title or whatever, you can run the test until a statistical significance is reached. So what that means is if one version of your thumbnail, one version of your title, one version of your tags, your description is better than the other one in terms of getting impressions and clicks, with a 95% statistical certainty or better, it'll just automatically choose that one for you and just punch it into YouTube without you having to do anything. I like that. I like letting the robots decide what's getting clicks on my videos. I like letting the numbers decide what's going to get clicks on my videos and not leaving it up to myself or some other human being, because guess what? The numbers don't lie. So I'm going to select that option today. And I recommend starting the test immediately. Start it that night. Start getting the results in immediately on your A/B test and then hit continue. And so what it's going to show you here is your old thumbnail on the left. And what you want to do is test a new thumbnail here on the right. So in this example, as you can see, my thumbnail has multiple arrows on it, a really complicated background. It's got the TubeBuddy logo, some text. It's fine, but it just didn't do that well. So I wanted to do an alternate version that is way more simple and better, I think better communicates the concept. So I created this very, very simple version here in Canva, and I've got it in my downloads that just shows the logo of YouTube Studio in 3 words that describe the concept of the video. And I'm going to test this much more simple thumbnail versus the other one. Let me go back to my test. There it is. So you go ahead and choose your file and you select the thumbnail that you want to run up against the other thumbnail and hit open, and it'll load the preview here. So you can see how this test thumbnail I'm doing is drastically different. Hey, what's up? I am Luli. Am I live? You better believe I'm live. You can see how this thumbnail is drastically different than the other one. It's way more simple. And so I'm going to test the concept of, do people want to click more complex, brighter thumbnails like the original one over there, or do they want to click very simple, clean, communicated thumbnails for this particular video series? Why try to guess which ones they're going to click? Run the test. And so what I'm going to do is remove my cam. And as you can see right behind me, you can click the start test button right here and it'll start the test. So I'm going to run this test for real on my channel right now, and boom, start the test. And so what it'll do is it'll run thumbnail A on day 1, thumbnail B on day 2, thumbnail A on day 3, thumbnail B on day 4, etc., etc., etc. And it is going to literally spit out the data like this test right here and tell you which thumbnail got more clicks, which one got more impressions, which one had better watch time. It'll even break down daily clicks, your total views you got with the new one, your average view duration, everything. It analyzes every element of the new thumbnail, the new title, the new piece of metadata that you implemented there. It analyzes every bit of it to tell you which one's better. It's not just click-through rate, right? So there's the original, there's the variation. Which one do you guys think is going to win? I'd love to know what you think, but guess what? It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what I think. It only matters what people click on. So it's all about the data, right? YouTube success is all about serving the algorithms, right? And getting clicks, number 1. And then once you get the click, having people stick around and watch your video for a long time after that. That's that. It's that simple. It's all completely a numbers game. X1 asked the question on Twitch Live, where do you think is the best area to make thumbnails in a website like Canva or what? So if you're starting out as a YouTuber and you can't afford Photoshop, Canva is a great option for making very, very simple thumbnails. I use Canva for on-the-fly thumbnails for my live streams because I don't have that much time to make the thumbnails ahead of time. And so I'll use Canva to make thumbnails. Like the thumbnail for this particular live stream I'm doing right now, I created in Canva right there. There it is right behind me. So you can make very simple thumbnails in Canva very effectively. Canva, canva.com. They don't pay me to say that. It's a simple cloud-based design platform that allows you to make simple designs really effectively. Complex designs, not so much. But Canva is a great free option. They also have a paid service as well. I do recommend starting there as a new YouTuber who's looking to break out. Okay, so now that I showed you how to do one A/B test, you may be thinking, well, how do I know what videos I should be testing on? You know, you don't want to break a video that's already doing well, right? You want to try to help a video that's maybe declining and not doing as well. So TubeBuddy has a feature that I showed you yesterday, and I'm going to actually do a test based on the feature right now called Click Magnet. So click TubeBuddy. If you guys don't already have it, once again, free trial, link below, my affiliate link there. click the tab up here for TubeBuddy and go to Click Magnet. And what Click Magnet is going to do is it's going to analyze all the videos on your channel and tell you which ones you can do an A/B test with and potentially get some yield out of that A/B test. And so while Click Magnet is running this, I actually did this earlier today, and I've actually got 10 A/B tests running on my channel based on what Click Magnet told me. And as you can see, there's click-through rate opportunities there, CTR opportunities. So this is the opportunities that if you run this on your channel, the TubeBuddy Click Magnet tool will look at your videos that are getting good viewership, good engagement, good watch time, but aren't getting a lot of clicks. And so they're basically, it's a way of basically measuring which of your videos are good, but aren't getting the viewership they deserve, kind of by the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So I've already done A/B tests. I'm already running A/B tests on almost all of these ones that you see here. But let me choose one that I'm not running an A/B test on, and we will do an A/B test together here today. Here we go. So here is one that we could potentially do an A/B test for. So this one's OBS Studio Best 4K YouTube streaming settings. All right. And my click-through rate on this one is abysmal. Look behind me. Look at this terrible click-through rate. I just disappeared there. 1.8% click-through rate. Horrible click-through rate. Horrible, horrible, horrible. That's so bad. And as you can see, this thumbnail, though it very effectively describes what the video is about, it's got a lot of text, it's got a lot of graphics, it's just really hard to even see what's going on in that thumbnail. So what can we do? We can simplify that thumbnail and run a test. So using TubeBuddy, you can click the Create A/B Test button right here from Click Magnet, and it'll take you over so you can test a new thumbnail and maybe get those results that you want from a new thumbnail. So I'm going to make a new thumbnail with you right now and go through the whole process right this minute of doing an A/B test live here on the stream. That's actually for my channel. By6 asks in chat, Awall, is there a better way to get A/B testing that's free with TubeBuddy or others? Because no, there's no free A/B testing that option out there that I'm aware of. And that's why I gave you guys this link to test this A/B testing for free for 30 days. But there's no A/B testing that I'm aware that's just straight up free. Now, I know YouTube has, I think in beta, an A/B testing tool that they're thinking about implementing into YouTube Studio Dashboard for free in the future, but that doesn't exist publicly yet. So obviously, once that exists publicly, all of you guys should be using it. But in the meantime, to my knowledge, TubeBuddy's A/B testing tool is the best one on the market, which is why I'm talking about it. Cool. So this video, we're going to do, remember what I said a moment ago, we're going to do a click-through rate thumbnail test. So go ahead and select that. We're going to run it statistically significant. That's what we like to do. We like to let the numbers tell us the truth, but we don't have a thumbnail for this one yet. So let's go make a thumbnail using Canva. And so right now, well, I've already got a little template here for OBS tutorials of just alternate thumbnails. And I'm doing really, really, really simple thumbnails for these. It doesn't really matter if I think they're going to work. The great thing about the A/B tests is you just let the numbers speak to you. And if the new thumbnail does terribly, then don't do it again, basically. So these are streaming settings for YouTube. So basically we're saying stream on YouTube in 4K. Stream on YouTube in 4K. So that's what we need our text here in our thumbnail to say. So we're going to go ahead and create a new thumbnail that communicates streaming on YouTube in 4K. So let's see here. Stream is our first word. So we're going to go ahead and drag that up here. And we need to have YouTube there. So I've got some social media logos. I'm making this thumbnail in real time. This is actually going to go up on my channel. This is an A/B test that's really going to happen on my channel. I'm going to show you the way the process works in real time. Stream on YouTube, and we would say in 4K. We'll have this be 4K down here. All right. And then we need to line up this text behind me. Let me get my camera out of the way. We're going to line up this text so it's maybe a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. We're going to make the 4K super huge so people can see that, because that's like the value of the video, right? Stream in 4K, and maybe I'll scooch this text up, scooch this up, and I'm just going to preview it on my phone. So one thing I like to do before I use a thumbnail and implement it on my channel, I like to preview it on my phone I use Canva's mobile app, but I like to look at it super tiny on my phone just to see if it is something that you can really see at a glance and really understand, you know, whether it's good or not at a glance. So as you can see, I've got the thumbnail here on my phone, and I'm going to adjust it based on looking at my phone. This is a pro tip for those of you that realize that that most viewership is coming on YouTube and on mobile, and everything is coming from your mobile phone. Preview your final thumbnail on your phone and see what the final experience is going to be like for viewers. And so I'm looking at it on my phone, and that looks pretty good. Cool. So there's the final preview of the thumbnail on my phone. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to download this thumbnail. I'm going to do the highest res version that YouTube will accept, and we're going to put this into the A/B test right now. And we're going to run that test just like I was telling you guys before. Now that we've downloaded the file, there it is, stream YouTube 4K. We'll see if it works, who knows. And we drop the thumbnail in there, and then we click Start Test, and there we go. The numbers will speak to us. Who cares if you think your title is better? Who cares if you think your thumbnail is better? It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what people click on. And so now on YouTube, these two thumbnails will be tested back to back to back, and the truth will set you free. The truth will grow your channel. The numbers will speak the truth and help you grow your channel. Awall, you didn't understand very good. The tool that the thumbnail automatically between the original one, that's right. That's right. So let me explain just a little bit better, because maybe I could have said it better a moment ago. Let me just show you in other tests that I've done that are completed, just to show you precisely how this tool is working. So let me go up here to the completed tab in thumbnail A/B testing, and let me just explain to you, let me just show you yet another example of an A/B test that I ran and what happened with that A/B test. So let me do another one where my performance improved. Here we go. Here's one. So I had this video right here. This is an A/B test that I set up. So the way that this worked with this particular A/B test, and this was a thumbnail A/B test, is my original thumbnail on my video when I released it was this thumbnail right here. Then I came into TubeBuddy's A/B testing tool, and I implemented this variation thumbnail. And YouTube on day one did the top thumbnail. It actually put the top thumbnail on day one on YouTube and measured the results. Then on day two, it actually put the second thumbnail on YouTube on day two. Then on day three, it went back to the top thumbnail, the original. Day four, it put the variation up. Day five, it did the original. Day six, it did the variation. And it went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth between these thumbnails and measured all of the data related to these thumbnails that were actually on YouTube in live on the platform. It swapped out the thumbnails for me. Then it determined that the variation performed better. It had a better click-through rate, it had a better watch time per impression, and it had more views, etc. And then TubeBuddy just automatically decided, you know what? This variation thumbnail of me holding the phone and whatever was better than the original, so we're going to keep the variation in place, and that's going to increase your performance on your video. That's how it worked. And so it ran this test. It took TubeBuddy 17 days to figure out that this variation thumbnail was better than the original thumbnail. Got it? So if you're always running these A/B tests in the background, if you're always running these tests in the background, you can always be constantly improving your click-through rate on your catalog of videos that you have on your channel. Don't just think like, I released a video and now it's dead. Game over, man. It's not necessarily game over, okay? You can go through and optimize your old videos. Let me just show you another example. I'm going to show you a metadata test that's not a thumbnail, and we'll go through that right now, and I'll show you how that test can work. So using the click magnet thing here in TubeBuddy, let's try out maybe an older. Let me see if I can find an older video. All right, here's one. So OBS Studio, how to download and install on Windows. So let me go to a high probability one. Here we go. I'm going to do an A/B test on this comments one. Cool. And what we'll do right now is I will test different tags. Okay. It's just an example. So if you want to just test different tags, which by the way are a low performance thing, it is a low impact thing on YouTube. Tags don't have that much of a difference, but you can test them. So what you can do, and you should only test one aspect of the video at a time. So either test the thumbnail or the title or the description or the tags. Only do one of those things at a time. You don't want to do all of those things at a time because it will confuse you and you won't understand what element of the test actually performed, right? So if you want to do something other than just the thumbnail, what you do is a metadata test. Then you go ahead and select metadata. And so here, let's say you wanted to try different tags. And by the way, I'm going to do it until it's statistically relevant. That's the way I do all my tests. You skip over the part about a thumbnail, and then you go to the tags. So as you can see here, and you can do this for descriptions and titles, you have your original tags here, and you have your test tags here. And so what you can do is you can create a whole new set of tags if you want to for your video to test out and see which ones perform better. So let me just take some tags out. I'm going to click the X button and just remove some tags here. YouTube dashboard. I'm going to get all the ones that are kind of generic about the YouTube dashboard. And I'm going to put in ones that, here's some suggestions below. All right. So I'm just going to click some of the suggestions that I had here, just ideas. All right. Putting them in there. TubeBuddy just gave me some tag suggestions right back here. I'm just going to try them out. All right. I'm over the limit. Perfect. There I am. So I just put in some suggested tags. You guys can test whatever tags you want. Awesome. Now I have different tags right here behind me than the original tags on my video. And actually, it ended up feeding me back a bunch of the same tags, but you get the point. So you hit continue. You could choose a different title here if you wanted to, but once again, I recommend just testing your tags or just testing one thing at a time. And then you hit continue, and you can also test a new description if you wanted to, new keywords at the top of your description if you'd like, and then you hit start test. And boom, start the test. And now it's going to test my original tags versus my variation tags, and it will literally tell me which set of tags perform better on YouTube by testing it in real time. No more guessing which tags are better. You literally have YouTube do the better, you have TubeBuddy tell you which ones are better in actuality, letting real viewers, real data determine the story for you. And that is really powerful. It's really, really powerful. Taking a question from chat here, X1 as asking, how do you feel about the DMCA stuff going on right now? The DMCA stuff is very dangerous, in my opinion, and this is a big reason why I restream. By the way, this stream is sponsored by Restream, and if you'd like to pick up Restream, go to the YouTube version of this, 30% off, click my affiliate link. As you can see, when you stream on multiple platforms, you get more viewers. These live streams that I do for Digital Drop Podcast and Awall Digital, if I was just streaming on one platform, I would be getting, 10 to 20 viewers. Because I'm streaming on multiple platforms, these streams get up to 200, 250 concurrent viewers in some cases. And so by streaming to multiple platforms to address your DMCA issue, I don't like how much risk creators are having to take on right now in the streaming community by live streaming on Twitch. I think that the record industry right now is completely desperate for money. Concerts are way down because of COVID. And concerts and merchandise sales at physical events were how the music industry was making the majority of its money. And so now that the record industry is completely desperate for cash, they need to show the people that they represent that they're working hard for them. They are now going after streamers. They're going after YouTubers. They're lobbying Congress out of desperation for money because the music industry is just hurting super, super bad. Because all of the revenue models that they used to have in the past, like selling CDs, selling records, selling MP3s, went completely out of favor. Then the music industry transitioned to selling concert tickets, selling merchandise, selling experiences. Now that you can't sell those because of coronavirus, that revenue's gone down. So now they're desperate. The only revenue source left that record industry can juice out is, of course, the streaming industry. And so now not only are you seeing all of these increased DMCA takedowns as a result of the music industry's desperation, and the more desperate they get, the more aggressive they will get. You also saw the legislation that passed. U.S. Senator Tom Tillis passed a law that made streaming copyright material a felony instead of a misdemeanor. And that bill does not specifically target individuals, but the way that the law is written, it applies to everyone. And so their intention is to take down pirating sites that are pirating music or film or whatever, or copyright content, like where entire businesses are just pirating Netflix or whatever. It's meant to target them, but unfortunately, the felony could apply to you as a streamer, as a YouTuber, as an influencer, to my knowledge. I'm not a lawyer. That's my understanding of it as not your lawyer. And so what does that mean? That means that you guys all out there should be restreaming to multiple platforms to diversify in case you get crushed by a DMCA takedown or a copyright strike on YouTube. You diversify where you're streaming and you grow multiple YouTube channels using A/B testing and what have you, so you can diversify your online business. That's part of how you can protect yourself. And this is the way. This is the future. Do not stream music and do not show clips that you do not exclusively own the rights for, because it has been upgraded from a misdemeanor to a felony, and the companies that own the rights to that content are now desperate for cash. Not only the music industry, but also the film industry. As you can see, AMC Theaters, I think, is going to declare bankruptcy, and movie theaters probably aren't going to open back up again. And so the movie industry, as we knew it pre-coronavirus, is basically over. So what do you think they're going to do? You think they're just going to take that lying down? No, they're going to go to where the money is potentially, and that is suing people, taking people down, and juicing out revenue off of streaming platforms and pirating sites and what have you. They have to go there because movies are over. And so be ready for this, creators. Don't show clips unless you own the rights to them or you have the exclusive written rights to them. Don't play music unless you have the rights to it. Be very, very careful in 2021, okay? So that's a long answer to a short question. And doing things like A/B testing to grow multiple channels helps you spread risk across YouTube. And then restreaming to multiple avenues at the same time helps you spread risk across multiple platforms and companies. So no matter what DMCAs come along, no matter what copyright strikes come along, no matter what new legislation comes along, you have kind of spread your trips across the board. So if one of your stacks gets knocked out, you have more stacks waiting so that you can continue to build your career and to build your online business. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. I hope you got value out of it. And once again, links to Restream and TubeBuddy are in the description of the YouTube version of this. If you want to pick those up, get a discount or get the free version respectively. Adios, amigos, and I'll see you in the next stream. And do some A/B tests. Seriously, they can help improve your performance. I just showed you mine. Hopefully they improve yours.